That man right there. He is a 5-time Canadian champion consecutively, and he is looking for title number 6 this year.
Well, Leighton Green going to be the first man to go. 2017 Canadian champion from Millerville, Alberta. He's got trump card. Really good matchup right here. I like this horse a lot. This is a horse that they won a big one early on in the season up there in Cold Lake, Alberta. 89 points, and Leighton Green is certainly capable of that.
Yeah, well, Leighton Green is a 10-time qualifier in the saddle bronc riding competition here at the Canadian Finals Rodeo, and this could be a fantastic matchup. Trump card, when they were 89 points, it was Colby Wanchuk that time around, a horse that's been to the Canadian Finals Rodeo as well as the National Finals Rodeo, brought to town today by the C5 Rodeo Company. Leighton Green with a big rear out. Look at this, holds his feet, no flags on the field, excellent mark out, and now he is going to work. What a ride for Leighton Green.
Well, Leighton Green has become a solid veteran now. He's, of course, got 4 National Finals Rodeo qualifications to his credit. You watch the big rear out that Robert referenced here. Watch. Ooh, I mean, and it's so easy to miss that horse out. He didn't. He had those heels exactly where they needed to be over the points of the shoulders, that first jump out, and then he went to work after that.
The 2017 Canadian champion saddle bronc rider is going to set the tone in the saddle bronc riding right now as the markings come in. 79 1/4 points.
Oh, nice job by Leighton Green. Set the early bar for the rest of the guys to be chasing. And Tyrell Roberts is going to be the first guy to try to do that. I love this matchup. I love this matchup because I love this horse from Northcott Mule. This is Ginger Snap.
Well, Ginger Snap is just so electric. So much hang time in the air when she gets out in the arena. They were 91 points at the Grand Prairie Stampede, and now Tyrell Roberts has got himself a handful. Kind of run down the gate there off the go. There's the hang time that we were talking about. This is going to allow Tyrell the opportunity to show off, and that he does. Just had to wait for Ginger Snap to get off the fence line before going to work in the saddle bronc.
Well, I think that's what those bronc riders want. They want that horse that's going to allow them to show what they can do with their feet and with their riding style and impress the judges.
Tyrell Roberts, he's been so good, and returning to the CFR this year, again in 2025. Such a great ride. Look at that, just beating her to the ground. The markings come in.
Yeah, they're coming in, and he's going to go to the lead with an 82.75. Nice job by Tyrell, getting some congratulations down there, and he's happy with that. We're excited. We got scores.
We do. We got a leaderboard that we are chasing right now, and we are watching it all go down.
Well, I'll tell you, everything could go down right here because Logan Hay of Wildwood, Alberta, he's got Painted Heart from the C5 firm. The record holder's ready.
Oh, yeah, the world record holder inside of the buck and shoot right now. Logan Hay, not only electrifying inside of the arena, but so fun to watch outside of the arena. He is everyone's favorite interview. Him and his traveling partners, boy, they are putting on a show across North America. Logan Hay, the son of Rod Hay, and we're going to see Rod on the back of the buckshoots. I think that might even be him right there. He's matched up against another bucket horse from C5. We're going to see 3 bucket horses featured from C5 Rodeo Company tonight. Logan Hay matched up with Painted Heart. They were 88 points at the Calgary Stampede earlier on this summer, so this could be a leaderboard change right here as Logan tends to get a few extra points every once in a while. He's built the right way in the saddle bronc riding to show off, and he just looks so good on top of the bucket horse.
Well, comes in here with $27,000 won, and that's what he's trying to add to right here, and he's off and running on the Painted Heart.
A world-class cowboy on a world-class bucking horse. Once again in that front bucking shoot, you can see everybody kind of taking cover. His Painted Heart almost runs down that gate. On the right-hand delivery, Logan Hay looking to scratch out as many points as he can right there. The judges tallying them up right now for the Wildwood Alberta Cowboy.
Well, the Pinto horse, and he's going to be in with an 82 score. Go to second place right behind Tyrell Roberts is Logan Hay. Nice job by the Cowboy. Well, you talked about the guys that have fun. This is the travel. These guys could be stand-up comedians.
Yeah, let's move to Logan Hay's traveling partner right now, Ben Anderson. And this is an Outlaw Buckers matchup right here. The Outlaw Buckers stamp on the shirt of the Cowboy, and OLS Tubbs Magic Carpet being brought to town today by Jonathan Kamita, Weyburn, Saskatchewan stock contractor. The horse, 7 times to the National Finals Rodeo, and Ben Anderson just sealed the deal 1 week ago at the Governor's Cup to his 4th Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. What a great bronc ride for Ben Anderson.
I agree. I just thought that was textbook right there, and we're going to get another look at it because Ben Anderson, when he's right, he just rides so well. And look at this. You know, he has a lot of fun outside the arena, but when they nod right there, he is ready and goes to work. Very businesslike and very outstanding, I thought, right there.
Yeah, it makes her all the way down to the far end of the arena. Just a big straight line for OLS Tubbs Magic Carpet. And today, he goes to the lead in the saddle bronc riding, 85 points for Ben Anderson.
Yeah, nice job. Nice job right there by Ben. And
he's really chewing that gum.
He's working the gum, but hey, you can afford more gum when you're 85 points. Lucas Moxa is ready to go on Lacey May.
Yeah, this is a bucking horse that they were 87 points on at the Helena Pro Rodeo in Montana earlier on this year. A Canadian Finals Rodeo selected bucking horse, as well as the Maple Leaf Circuit Finals and the Calgary Stampede. And Lucas Moxa, boy, he was going head-to-head with Zeke Thurston 1 year ago. This year, it's a little bit of a different story. He's coming in ranked 9th or 10th in the Canadian standings, looking to make a big move. And, you know, I talked to Lucas as he's now calling Weyburn, Saskatchewan home quite a bit this summer. And a Cowboy who maybe didn't draw the top of the list every time throughout the course of the regular season, but today it's a good ride in round number 1.
I think so. I think he's going to be happy with his start at Canadian Finals Rodeo number 51. Absolutely mistake-free, and that's the thing about Lucas Moxa. He doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes.
No, he just doesn't. And, you know, I've criticized Lucas a few times. I've Snapchatted him or phoned him. I said, hey, man, you got to jump off those horses and just sell that ride better. He just jumps off there, kind of pops the hat and makes his way back to the buck and shoot. But it's a great ride tonight and a score of 83.5 points, and that's good enough for second place right now.
Yep, right behind Ben Anderson and his 85 to start it off. So I like that leaderboard, the way it's shaping up. And Sawyer Erickson at his 2nd Canadian Finals Rodeo. He's got exciting bubbles from the Calgary Stampede. Another good Cowboy, another good matchup.
Well, this is a great matchup, and Sawyer Erickson was just so electric on the first half of the season, but today, Exciting Bubbles is excited to be in Rogers Place.
Man, I did not see that coming, and I guarantee you Sawyer Erickson didn't see it coming. Watch this horse take a hard, sharp turn to the right there, and just fired him out that left side. That's a tough break right there for Sawyer Erickson. I know he's going to be disappointed. 2nd-generation Cowboy. His dad, Tom, was 4-time all-around champion of Canada. Sawyer's going to have to wait till tomorrow to get it done.
Yeah, he just takes a deep breath, exhales. We'll erase that one from the memory board, and we'll be back in round number 2.
Gotta have a short memory in the sport of rodeo. You really do. Well, Dawson Dahm, he was not here 1 year ago, and he wasn't happy about that. He got that sorted out early on this season. He's back at his 4th Canadian Finals Rodeo.
Yeah, he is, and we watched his wife, Caitlin Dahm, in the ladies breakaway roping earlier on tonight. Now it is time for Dawson to step up under the spotlight in front of the big crowd here in Edmonton, Alberta. Matched up tonight with Borderline Untimely at the Calgary Stampede Ranch. And he is talking it over with our Cowboys on the buck and shoot. He wants to ensure that this horse is just standing perfectly square before he sets his feet, lifts on that rein, and nods his head. He doesn't want the momentum to sway in the favor of the bronc at all. This is a big-time handful in Borderline Untimely. They were 88 points earlier on this season with an 85 in the driver's seat right now. He wants to make sure everything is right.
He's all about momentum. He gets on a roll. He can ride a whole bunch of them in a row for money, and that's exactly what he's trying to do here. And it is a handful right there. Just did not work out.
Well, they said it was the sweet pen tonight in the saddle bronc riding, but that is 2 in a row as Dawson Dahm is down before the whistle. Just double checking those flags down on the arena floor. It looks like it is just going to be a no score for Dawson Dahm.
I think that was the miss out flag, unfortunately, so just did not really didn't get off to a good start, and that's too bad for Dawson Dahm. He's going to have to come back in round number 2. Cole Ashbacker's a guy who has twice been runner-up for the Canadian title, and boy, for a couple of years there, he was the best bronc rider in Canada, not named Zeke Thurston. This guy can ride bucking horses.
Yeah, he 100% is one of the very best, not only in Canada, but in the entire world. We've heard legendary commentator Butch Knowles talk about how precise Cole Ashbacker is and how calculated he is, and he's just shows off, and it shows for a cowboy who, we talk about Logan Hay, who looks good on the back of a bucking horse. Cole Ashbacker stands at 6'1" tall. He's a tall, lanky cowboy in the saddle bronc riding, and whereas Logan Hay stands at about 5'2", maybe even 4. He might be embellishing that a little bit. He might be 4'9.5", right? Well, in all seriousness, Cole Ashbacker is matched up with Double D Dolly, and they have won a ton of rodeos on the Dwayne Kessler Rodeo Championship horse. This could be a fantastic bronc ride in round number 1.
Well, Zeke Thurston was 87.5 at Lethbridge to win there, and this 7-year-old unmare can be spectacular, and here it goes. Cole Ashbacker going to work right now. Double D Dolly from Dwayne Kessler Championship Rodeo.
And you can see as Double D just runs into the fence line a little bit, trying to find her way inside Rogers Place. I guess we should mention that they have won a ton of money, but those were in the big outdoor pens of the Summer Runner Rodeos. Right here as Double D finds herself in the fence line. Cole Ashbacker gets it done, and the scores come in for the Arrowwood, Alberta Cowboy. Boy, he grew up on the back of a bucking horse, didn't he? From the junior steer riding to all the colts that his dad packed to rodeos, and tonight a 78.5 point
Yeah,
score.
not nearly what he had hoped for, and certainly not on Double D Dolly where the big numbers are out there. But as you pointed out, maybe she didn't like this arena quite as well as those big surfaces. All right, Colby Wanchuk, boy, he had a tremendous season, not just in terms of his bronc riding, but of course brand new baby and a lot going on in his life that the guy rides really, really well.
Yeah, brand new father, and he's got some diapers to pay for. So Colby Wanchuk, you know, we celebrated the career of his dad, Ricky Ticky, at the buckle ceremony last night, and what a career that Ricky had in the arena. And that's where Colby got started as well, riding on the back of a fire truck, whirling and twirling around the arena, and now one of the world's best saddle bronc riders, Colby Wanchuk. And just as I say that, boy, he was matched up with Weekend Departure, and we talked about the athletes of the Calgary Stampede Ranch. Weekend Departure brings down one of the world's best in Colby Wanchuk.
Well, it looked like that first move kind of got him in trouble, and he just wasn't able to recover and get that equilibrium that he wanted. He never really got back to the middle of that saddle, and unfortunately not going to get it done tonight. But you talk about momentum, the name Quentin Taylor, Q Taylor, comes to mind.
Yeah, I messaged Q Taylor last Sunday night at the conclusion of the Governor's Cup, and I said, way to go, man, and tear it up at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, number 15 in the world, and he missed the buckle ceremony last night because he was competing at a saddle bronc riding south of the border, just ensuring that qualification remained to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. There's a look at the leaderboard right now. Ben Anderson in charge of things. The Outlaw Bucker's horse matched up with the Ben Anderson for an 85-point score. Lucas Matza right behind him at 83.5. And Tyrell Roberts rounding out the top 3 with an 82 3/4 score. But Q Taylor climbs over the top rail into the bucking chute, matched up with a Matza Pro Rodeo bucking horse in Texas Tough.
Well, I'm excited about this because, and I was talking to some guys today, and everybody was saying this guy spurs a horse like nobody else, except maybe Zeke Thurston, but this guy's something else. Watch this.
He is something else right there. And you can see that just marks him out with authority and just beats him by seconds to the front end, just in control throughout the entire duration of that saddle bronc ride. A great outing for Q Taylor in his return to the CFR.
Well, I'll tell you, that was spectacular is what that was. Look at the ride. Look at those heels. Look at the feet. And we talk about control. You talk about style. You talk about absolute, he is just that good, and that looks really, really outstanding.
Yeah,
Let's see where we're going to put him.
Absolute domination, and Q he's just exposing himself and styling that horse out as he sets his feet high up in the neck. And look at that, all the rest of the saddle bronc riders, they're cheering for him. Logan, Ben, they say, hey, every reason to saddle bronc to celebrate that Saddle Bronc ride. Look at that marking, Dave.
87.75 for Q Taylor. We talked about momentum. We talked about the riding style that people were commenting on today, and he lived up to the hype. He certainly did. As advertised, Q Taylor the leader, but this guy had a breakout year.
Yeah, Nicholas Patterson, and we talk about how all titles go through Zeke Thurston when you're talking Canadian championships. Nick Patterson is $5,000 behind Zeke Thurston as he makes his way into the buck and shoot, matched up with the Dwayne Kessler Championship Rodeo buck and horse and Miscreant. Look at this. Ducks his chin. He knows it is going to be a handful here in the Sweet 10. And what a trip from the buck and horse. Maybe weakens just a hair as we get around the 6 or 7 second mark, but a great ride nonetheless.
Yeah, Nicholas Patterson, as we said, he had just a tremendous 2025 season. You can see him working right there. And we're going to see where, I don't think that ride will match Q Taylor's, but a pretty darn good effort in round number 1 for Nicholas Patterson.
Well, they were 90 points on that buck and horse 1 year ago inside Rogers Place. Tonight, it's a little bit of a different story. It's an 84.25 points for Nick Patterson.
That'll work, though. That you're in third place for round number 1. You're okay with that. I think you're okay with that. Well, now it's up to Zeke. Can he be higher than 87.75? He's got an outstanding horse from Big Stone in Rubles.
And there's a bit of a story to this matchup right here. A 4-time world champion, a 5-time consecutive Canadian champion in Zeke Thurston of Big Valley, Alberta, has matched up with Rubles of Big Stone Rodeo Company on numerous occasions. But one time, Rubles bucked him off. That doesn't happen very often, so that is saying something about this horse right here. I believe Zeke may have been a rookie that year at a big rodeo down south, and he would have won the rodeo, Bruce Sundstrom said, if he made the whistle. But Rubles and Zeke, they are going after it today. Look at this. Class is in session. Zeke Thurston teaching the masterclass of saddle bronc riding in round number 1.
You know, you got to watch it again because at first you think, oh man, that would get just about anybody in trouble. Anybody not named Zeke Thurston, because he just bounces back, gets right where he wants to be, and turns in a Zeke Thurston ride.
I would love to watch that rear out again, close up and in slow motion. I don't know how he handles those G-forces right there. Look at that. Just huge rear out by Rubles, a horse that's been selected for the Canadian Finals Rodeo and the National Finals Rodeo. And tonight, Dave, that's a huge mark.
Well, it is. He's in second place, just a quarter of a point behind Q Taylor, 87.5 for Zeke Thurston as he goes for a record-establishing 6